Mike Van and Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. Welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue as the High Elves. Do not worry about the lore video. I absolutely am going to do one, but like an absolute moron, I forgot to send the notes I'd written for the lore video back to myself over the weekend, because I typed them up on my lunch breaks at work. And so the video will come on Wednesday instead of today, which is really annoyed me, to be honest, because I like to try and keep to a routine. I mean, that's a joke in of itself, isn't it? But so there will be a lore video this week coming on Wednesday. I just unfortunately didn't have my notes at the weekend, and I didn't want to write them all again. I thought I'd just take the 2-day hit. So here we are with the High Elves. We're back in our attempts to destroy Isengard. At the moment, the forces of Dunland have presented little resistance, and a large and elite army of elves is mustering in Imladris, which is good because they're going to drain all of our money when all of this comes out. Look at that. Those 3 units alone are nearly 2,000 coins in upkeep. We do have an army also in a ship somewhere. Where's the ship army? There it is. Heading up the Guaplo River, and they're going to land at Tharbad to really start hammering the nails into the great coffin that is the end of Dunland. But for now, I believe we are at an end turn, so let's just make sure we haven't got a diplomat somewhere who should be doing something. At the moment, he's standing still. Any missions for you? The Anduin Vale. Ah.
Yes, my lord.
And the nearest one is up there, so we're going to miss that, unfortunately, but oh well.
Journey
Let us end the turn. For those of you who are interested and would want to watch the lore video, there's a couple of lore video bits to discuss. Number one, the video on Wednesday will be the history of Nogrod and Belagost, the dwarven mansions of the Blue Mountains. And an alternative name for that lore video could well be the animosity between elf and dwarf, because much of the animosity between the nations arises in the time of Nogrod and Belagost. And so that'll be Wednesday's video. I've already got almost everything set up. I just need to record the damned thing, and I can do that on Tuesday. In other news about the lore videos, many people have posted comments recently saying about how the fact that many of the lore videos seem to have disappeared. And that was a step that I took for my own happiness, I suppose is probably the best word. The comments that I got on the older lore videos now are just horrible comments to read. And of course, because of the way that YouTube shows me comments, I see comments from every single video in existence, not just the latest ones. So my first plan to stop that was a few months ago I turned comments off on all of the older lore videos, and because all the comments I was getting was just, you said this wrong, you said that wrong, I can't believe people watch this garbage, the microphone quality is awful, this is awful, that's awful. It was just every comment is always just a massive list of what is absolutely garbage about the video, and it used to just annoy me. I'd be generally feeling good about YouTube or something like that, and then out of nowhere suddenly I'm being reminded that this video or that video was rubbish. And these videos, I would remind you, are 3 years old. And so it was just annoying. Like, I wasn't going home and crying about it or anything like that, but it was just frustrating, and I was just fed up reading those stupid comments. So I turned the comments off, and that didn't help. People just then went to the other videos where comments are allowed, said exactly the same things, and then handily added that they felt like I was some sort of coward or I was some sort of child for turning off the comments to cover up the fact that I said loads of stuff wrong or whatever. Even though you can, obviously, because when the comments are disabled, no one can read anything. And so, in order to stop seeing any of these types of comments, I have now essentially, the videos still exist, but they're just difficult to find. I have unlisted all of every single lore video prior to the Gondolin 1 and 2. A twofold reason, really. Primarily, first of all, it is to stop this just a constant stream of inane comments. And I know that many of you will just say, oh, just rise above it, get a thicker skin. But we are who we are. And I can't change myself as much as I could change the stars. There's an old adage that a leopard cannot change its spots. And how true is that? Only through time, age, and experience do people change properly. And so far, I've not been able to really get past the constant berating that I get on those older videos now. So that's one thing. And secondly, it's because I have always been something of a perfectionist, and really grates on me when things go wrong with the videos. So if something goes wrong in the recording, or like for example when I often mumble to myself, oh, I'm going to delete this section so none of you will see it. There are several videos where I've said that out loud in the video because I forgot to delete it, and so then you will get the sort of cut off, the offshoot, which you shouldn't be able to hear. And things like that just happen. I don't like that. I am something of a perfectionist really when it comes to the videos. You will note that you can watch all of my videos now in 1440p if your streaming allows you to. We're not all going there, it's going to Austin Hill, sorry. Which is something that many YouTube channels do not offer. And I deliberately record, some of my video file sizes are astronomical, and I have the best possible internet that the United Kingdom has on offer. And it's all in aid of ensuring that I can record in very high quality and then release that all to you. So I'm something of a perfectionist with the videos, and the next thing on my list is to upgrade my microphone to try and cut down on any of the sort of spiking that it does. Anywho, the older videos of the older lore videos are all on my old like £8 headset or whatever it was, and the quality I hate listening to them back. And so I've just unlisted them for my own peace of mind is a better word. Now, some of them have been rehashed in the Lorecast episodes that I did, of which I am going to redo all of the thumbnails. So there are 5 Lorecast videos where I reverted the thumbnail to simple ordering. So it's just Lorecast 1, Lorecast 2, Lorecast 3. And many people actually, therefore, didn't even realise they were lore videos and didn't watch them. So something I'm going to do is redo those thumbnails so people at least know that's a lore video, for example. Are we losing money? No, we are still gaining it. Brilliant. But anyway, so some of the lorecasts touch on some of the videos that were taken down, but I may well look to redo properly some of the ones that had the most errors in. So to give them as much time and effort as I now give them. I mean, I know it's no excuse, but when I recorded those videos 3 years ago, my channel had about 5,000 subs, if that. I think I was probably about 2,000 when the first lore videos started to come out. And I did them almost exclusively from memory, and the purpose of them was really just so that people coming to the channel who were learning a bit about Divide and Conquer and just wanted to know a bit more about Lord of the Rings, I could just give you a really informal breakdown of various aspects of the lore. The lore videos became very popular, and then of course now are under massive scrutiny from all of the die-hard fans who hate it when you say anything wrong. So I may well redo the lore videos with the attention that they would now require, and to make sure that everything is accurate, bar like the odd slip up if I'm saying something.
Come, my brothers.
Ah, yes, free upkeep. We love free upkeep. Mithlond's got a Merchant's Wharf, Harlon's Sculptors, Byrigg Road. So Mithlond. Oh, look, you can get a warehouse. Let's just keep going with the financial gain. Should we go for a Hall of Music? Health bonus, slot things. Ah, no, Master Sculptors. That gives a flat income bonus. Forlorn, can you get the same? Ah, you can get a shipwright actually, but no, we'll go with Sculptor. And Byrigg was the other one. We don't want to ruin ourselves. We don't want to completely run out of money. Get an artist studio there and drop the tax down. Always drop the tax to low, because the actual difference in income is never worth the loss in growth. It's a rule I personally stick to. We haven't got any cavalry is the only downside, because I sent it back to Imladris to retrain, and of course it's not going to retrain because they take another 6 turns. But we can send the cavalry out. We have got 1 unit of cavalry, and we can take the Dunedain scouts when we get down there. No, go that way and build me a tower.
We will need that one. Sire, like the wind.
That gives Elven plate, but that gives Celebrimborian plate, so that's what we want. We'll spend a little bit of time in Austin.
We must give up the road.
And I'm tempted to... We'll siege Starbad for as long as we think we can. I want to try and draw Dunland into a fight in the centre there, and then we can press out from there. But anyway, so that's a little bit about the lore videos. I may well re-record some of the older ones with the better quality that I just have now at my fingertips. Even my editing is better now because I actually have editing software. It's no longer just... for instance, the old lore videos, the way that I used to do them is I'd put all the pictures onto onto a software called XNView, which has a slideshow feature. So I'd put all of the pictures onto the slideshow. I'd have a rough idea of what each picture was, and in my notes I'd put a sort of marker every now and then in the note to remind myself to change the picture. And so then all I had to do was record my screen, much as I'm doing right now, then it had minimal editing then. But now I actually have the ability to edit, so I can put words on the screen if need be, and I can blend between the pictures better with which many of you have seen, the sort of blending technique that is being used. Let's go for that. Let's get more mines. Oh, Snethiel upgraded to a town, and the elven walls now stand high, and that looks nice, doesn't it?
Follow me.
Right, here we go.
Scout the area.
Everyone retrains. Now, it is armor for pretty much everyone. Oh, that's going to take so long. How long would it have taken to build that? 7 turns as well. Dear, oh dear. Well, we're going to wait here for a little while we just get the armor upgrades. Oh, the Dunedain like us. Oh, the Dunland are trapped on the wrong side of the river. Where's a port that we can blockade that's not... that belongs to Dunland? That one there. Does that belong to Dunland? Enedwythe, no. Have Enedwythe got Tharbad as well? Who's this? Oh, an Enedwythe army. We don't want to go to war with Enedwythe. We want to just keep them sweet at the moment. And we can... Oh, I'd say where we could also get free upkeep is here. Basradun. With you. Limdur. Here to Basradun.
Yes, my lord.
You come back. Can you train... Yes, you can. Linden Longspears. So they'll be free.
Elves, be vigilant. Come, my brothers.
So that's another free upkeep unit. We'll take that one away, which will be free as well. Basradun can't actually build anything at the moment. So another end turn. So obviously the lore videos now are just better quality, and so I can make them better as we go forward, because the channel, as much as I diverge into other games here and there just to give a bit of diversity, knowing full well they'll never be as popular as the other games, the channel is absolutely built on the 2 pillars of Divide and Conquer and Lord of the Rings. So the lore videos always do very, very well, and they're well received by many of you, and Divide and Conquer is of course the absolute winner in terms of popularity. I need look no further in that regard than the first episode of this High Elf campaign, which last time I checked had something like 35,000 views, which is absolutely unprecedented. I never get anywhere near that. If you're getting 10 to 20% of your subscribers watching any one video, then you're doing all right. So to get 35,000 for the opening, it's just phenomenal, isn't it? Divide and Conquer is as strong and as popular now as it always has been or ever was, and that's really good to see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Khazad-dûm, what are you doing?
My lord, what is it you wish to discuss?
I don't really need to sell you anything.
You hold us at ransom.
To be honest.
Another proposition for us then? No,
Yeah.
we cannot. Very well. What else?
What about
do
map
you
info
have to
for map
say? This
info?
isn't
No.
going to.
It's always the map info. They're always bothered about map info.
Goodbye.
Oh, we still had time to do that mission. That's good. I wasn't even trying to do that. We got lucky and did that. Right, we'll retrain the first one. Then we could send... They would be able to probably get down to Ostenethiel before the army moves out. We are going to take Dawn and Orson with us and the Eregian Smith, so we will need to leave a garrison here, actually. But then we've got some troops here that can go... no, I don't know. But then once we hit Dunland with this army... We'll never need to do anything again. Dunland is going to capitulate when that army hits Dunyard, which is only a few turns away, and will likely be in this episode. But there we are. That's the lore videos covered. Hopefully people will hear this and learn why the lore videos were taken down. I was actually quite surprised how many people then asked where the lore videos had gone, and how many people still watch them even now, which did amaze me. So thank you all for your ongoing support. I mean, my most viewed video on the channel, full stop, is one of the lore videos, and it's 300,000-ish views, I think, which is good. But obviously, something along the line somewhere. I think the problem with YouTube is that you have to be constant. You have to get a really fine balance between not uploading too much and not uploading enough. And so with where the lore videos were concerned, I ebbed away and unfortunately started to not upload enough. And that is what sort of sent them down into spiraling out. I mean, they get about between 5,000 to 10,000 views now, but when you've got some on the channel that are getting over 100,000 views, you wonder what sort of goes wrong, for want of a better word. Oh, it looks like Khazad-dûm are going for Imladris. That's so interesting. Oh, and look, we can take the Rockwen with us. Oh, yes, please. That's what we'll do. Oh, but that's 4 turns. But then we've got to wait 3 turns before they even leave. I won't bother. I don't even think they can upgrade their armor, actually. I think they will come out as fully armored as possible. But gods, do they cost a lot. And we only make 4,000 a turn. So the lore videos, I didn't post enough. And that's why the audience dwindled. But then you see some channels that absolutely saturate their channel with content. And the videos then suffer. The question we must pose to oneself is it better to have 10 videos that all get 1,000 views or 4 videos that get 4,000 views? Because of course the 10 videos at 1,000 is 10,000 views, and the 4 at 4 is more, it's 16,000. But is the 10 at 1,000 actually netting you more money? Because of course not everyone that watches will be viewing ads or anything like that. But then I suppose that's just if you're going for raw money. I'm not in it for the money. It's just a happy side effect of the channel doing well. But of course, people who give YouTube everything and really want to make it, they want it to be their job. They want this to be their life. And for it to be your life and to be your job, you must make money from it. That is the only outcome for you.
Yes, my lord.
And so for those, what's the best way to maximize and play the algorithm, as they say? But I don't know. I can tell you absolutely now that YouTube eventually will dwindle away. I thoroughly expect, to be honest, and I probably shouldn't mention it because many of you might jump ship now, but as soon as I qualify in my job, which is a 1.5 years away, I'm fairly certain I'll probably jack YouTube in, to be honest. We're only a few more turns away. I'm hoping that my non-stop talking is covering up the fact that nothing is happening. A problem that definitely is happening to me in the Warhammer video is that, unfortunately, we're just fighting against trash over and over and over and over and over again. And without the Lord of the Rings spin on that trash, it's very difficult to get fully engaged with the campaign. I want to be fighting the great beasts and the elite units of the enemies that we've seen and you see so frequently on the internet. But it just takes a long time to get going, really, and get the ball rolling in regards to that campaign. I'm really enjoying Warhammer, but someone did mention that my game will probably be broken now because of the release of the Shadow and the Blade. So it may be that it's gone forever. We won't be able to tell. we just won't know until we try. But there we are. Hopefully it's not. Forlorn got its sculptures next up. Now we need to save up a little bit of money because when these 2 units do leave this town, which will admittedly, those riders are never going to retrain. When they leave that town shortly, they are going to cost us so much money. 1-0 against Southampton at the moment. Glorious. Breland have come to help. And Enid-Wythe have got Caladir. Dunland really are up against it. This really is the end for them. That's interesting indeed. But I'll tell you what I will do, because I have just been ending turn non-stop, is I'll skip ahead now until our army leaves Ostinethil. Welcome back. So our army is preparing to march. They are finishing off their retraining in Ostinethil, but Nendir, interestingly, who is apparently better than Elrahir, we won at Tharbad. Breland attacked a couple of armies that actually came in to assist the defense of Tharbad, and Bree attacked them before they got to us, and so we did a couple of auto resolves where we lost 1 elf, killed about 400 Dunlendings or something, which is very, very minor. But now Captain Domnallen comes for us. He's got no general as usual, but there's a couple of Wolves units in here and some Eisenmach raiders. So there's a few elites, but you will note we are on a bridge. But our army has a grand total of 2 archers, and otherwise it's javelins galore. So we'll see how this plays out. And it is likely this battle may well end the episode, but we shall see. The elite elven army stands ready in Ostinethil. As soon as this turn passes, they will move out. And unfortunately, just as we'd finished training the Elderinwe Tierno and Rochwen, the Imladris again had more Noldor units available for training, and I was so tempted to stay, but that would be another 3 turns. I just didn't fancy it. Oh, we're not actually fighting on the bridge. We're fighting in the town on the bridge. So we are on the bridge, but you get what I mean. Let's move everyone to here. There's a cavalry unit in amongst our roster, isn't there? We don't really want that unit involved today. Where's... this is just a normal battle. We just happen to be in a town, isn't it? Yes, because the reason we're fighting this battle is because the the unique tile of the bridge that was between the two Tharbads but isn't anymore, that still exists. So we're currently fighting on a custom tile, that's the word I'm after, which of course is the bridge between the two cities, because that's what it should be. But we took Tharbad away and obviously haven't updated. Oh, I can't get anywhere near the bridge, that's so annoying. Although this will all be for naught if this map is also bugged. No, they are coming. They are coming. So let's turn that down so that we can actually get these units to do something. Elven warriors that just hate moving, apparently. Get into positions, men. No, we don't want javelins on that side. We don't want javelins on that side. Can we get 3 javelins, do we think, down the middle? Yes. There we are. Go for that. So throw some archers over this way. Why is this space not available? Oh, God, do I hate this game sometimes. There we are. We're in. Can you go? No, that is all unavailable to us. But you can go in front there. Yeah, go on, because you're quite good in melee if the enemy does get through. Speaking of melee, let's get the Mithlon nobles to go over there. And the other 2 javelin units, come and stand there, get ready. Amanyar also come and get ready. And then finally our Kalakwendi Lord, come and stand there. Alright, let's get into position, speed her up. Don't fire until the enemy's really in a good position. You don't want to be in defense. Right, let them get a bit closer. There we are. Move the nobles in behind. Archers, you may now fire at will. Kalakwendi Lords, you go in 2. Sword Masters go up behind. You, the general from the other side, come and get over here. 3 of you. Make yourselves better known, but you 2 don't fire yet, even if you can. Do not move to there. And elves, if you can sort of come a bit wider. There we are. Perfect. Now start firing. Lob those javelins in, men. Let's get into the action. Perfect. That's what I was hoping would happen. So the Linden long spears, far, far from home, will hold the Dunlendings in place as the few javelin troops that we have start ploughing the enemy with every throw that they can. This is the bulk of the enemy force. Ah, but Wolf's pikes come. I want you to hit them, please. Absolutely hit them. You guys, you can fire into that side, then please do. Can you move like there-ish? No, you can't. Just bring down those Dunhead champions.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
These men are running out of javelins. They've only got a couple more throws left. You guys pull back. You pull up. Keep going, keep going. Come on, you can throw. All of you can throw. Yes, there we are. Really hit them. Next. There's Wolf Swordman and Dunlending Warband in there. Get involved. Are you targeting Wolf's pikes? I should have thought that almost every one of your arrows would be a kill. Your armor piercing after all, fellows. As our other elves are just smashing into the side there. Ah, more javelins fly through. 25% of the enemy has died, and we've lost 2%, all of which Linden long spears. Those javelins flying in are nice, though. Change the targets up, hit Wolf's pikes.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Is their general very cleverly not coming into the battle? He's staying right out of it over here. Oh, and he also happens to be a cavalry unit. Yeah, he knows what he's up to. Change to those farmhand pikemen. Alright, every javelin has been thrown. Elves of Mithlond, get yourselves involved there. Start doing what must be done. Send in... I'm assuming that is Elrahir's son. Because he just appeared and I didn't check the message, so I didn't see who he was. But oh, bugger, 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 bugger. No! Get right in amongst them and then they'll kill themselves. Yes, there we are. No, come on, hit yourself, hit yourself, hit yourself. Hit yourself, you hit yourself. Yes! Yes! Dost thou stupidity know no bounds? Swordmasters come out of defense. Oh, apparently you've still got some javelins to go. Give it to them, lads! Give it to them!
The
There
enemy
we
are
are.
badly bloodied.
Cinematic.
They have lost half their men.
And away they fly. Throw everyone into the mix. Send in the Swordmasters. The horns of Imladris blare across the great river. Oh, they've got their own damn javelins firing back. Try and... What are you doing? What are you doing, you nuthouses? The general's just come forward. He's fleeing. We've got farmhand pikemen fighting on. Right, now is the time for the cavalry unit. Do we really want to use 51? No, just run across the bridge. So, long spears, you fought well. Come and stand back. Pull the nobles definitely out. And we'll send the swordmasters down. Swordmasters, you need to get that ballista crew. Everyone seems to be routing. Either formally or... Yep, informally. There we are. We might be able to catch a few. Some units have turned to fight.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Oh, Dunland, Dunland, Dunland. Oh, something I didn't mention, sorry, in the 10 minutes or so that I cut out of this video. Dunland tried to have a ceasefire with me, and of course I said no, and they now dislike me even more, but they're very much on the... They're out. Dunland are out. They're dead. Speaking of dead, unfortunately, in what will be a horrible anticlimax, and I have to get it out of the way now, Saruman has been killed. We will not have to fight against Saruman. I do not know who has killed him. I just simply know that the Lord of Isengard has died, and someone else did it, not us. Are they routing? Yeah.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours. The enemy army flees awed by the
88
victory
elves
we have
died.
won here today.
1,400 Dunlendings. No kills for the Lindar guards. Which one of the Lindar guards? The gentleman that came in afterwards. Everyone else got at least one. With the highest kills going, unsurprisingly, to the Dunedain bodyguards. Mithlon nobles then coming in second, though. The Lindar bowmen only taking 107. So, to recap, in the gap, Dunland, Bree helped us fight off Dunland. Saruman has been killed by an unnamed enemy, an unknown enemy. Dunland tried to get a ceasefire with me, and lastly, Bree and Enedwythe did ceasefire. Bree and Enedwythe have ended their war, which means Enedwythe, me, and Bree are all now at war with Dunland and Dunland alone in the south. Of course, Bree are at war with Angmar, and they've probably got them to deal with, and Enedwythe, I'm sure, are already at war with Isengard or Gondor, possibly both. So they've got those to deal with, but they're no longer fighting each other. We managed to get our free upkeep in Basildum and Gildor's Rest. Harlond has built a leather worker. You can go for a blacksmith. Zagkalar has built a mining network. Chuck in some farms. And as promised in Imladris, there they are. Noldor veterans, defenders and archers all came available just as I moved out the elites. Who, unfortunately, they had to give way for the elites to arrive. But the army is now entirely ready. And I think I'm going to take all of those. And we are about to see our money plummet. We make 5,000 gold coins at the moment. And with the army on the march...
Like the wind, elven warriors.
We still make 5,000. Oh, of course, because none of them were free upkeep. Oh, it's going to be such a glorious day. That is one of the best units in the game. That is one of the best units in the game. That is one of the best units in the game. His bodyguard is one of the best units in the game, Eregion Smiths. That is one of the best units in the game. It's just, it's an army of utter... A monstrous army, you might say. You'll note the armor upgrades across the board as everyone has been enhanced with Celebrimborian plate from the old smithy of the Gwaith I Myrdain, which shouldn't really give smithing bonuses because the Gwaith I Myrdain means Jewelsmith's Guild. It's a jewel maker's. It's got nothing to do with armor, but of course Celebrimbor was known to be one of the finest smiths after Fëanor, and so it only makes sense that smithing would continue there. We've also, of course, got Nendir now free, as Tharbad has been freed up. And Nendir and his army. I'm assuming Nendir, let's just double check, but yes, Nendir is the actual blood son of Elrahir and Falathiel. Lord Elladan is married to Egleriel, and they've got Eru-Raina, Eru-Taron, and Sanya. Maltheniel is quite a ways away, Ortherion is a long way away as well, and Lothiriel is only 2 years of age. Of course, there's one of our most famous, Gildor Inglorian, dying unceremoniously, but I think Al-Yameldir was adopted and not born, if memory serves. Where are you? You're in Gildor's Rest. No, you were born. You were born. So Al-Yameldir is actually the blood son of Gildor Inglorian. So the line of Gildor endures despite my mishandling of him.
Scatter them.
Oh dear. We give it one more end turn and then we'll see. And then I will end it as Dunland's hand now. Their final hand has been dealt. Will they be able to stay clinging to life for a time, or will this be the end? Of course it's going to be the end. There's no way they're going to match the army I've got. And then we head on to Isengard. I can't imagine that Isengard is going to do too well against us, given they've just lost their faction leader. Although the Khazad-dûm army, by the way, that we saw a little while ago, marched north through our lands. It passed through the Isengard-held little enclave that we traded a while back, and they headed off into Morian territory. Morian? I've never used that word before. Would that work as a word? I suppose. They've headed into Moria territory. And whether or not they've actually attacked Goblin Town remains to be seen. Oh, I was going to attack Goblin Town first before I moved this army out. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Like the wind.
I think Nendir will be able to take Dunlarak. No, he probably won't. I think we will need High Lord Elrond the Conqueror, and we've just run him past. Like an idiot. You go for Bile then. Oh dear, that had a huge army just standing next to it. I just noticed.
Have your weapons ready, elves.
Well, that'll be a fight. And Elrond will deal with that one. But for now, that is going to be it. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you all to your continued... They did take Goblin Town! Moria have lost Goblin Town, and we don't need to take it, therefore. This campaign is rapidly being won for us. But anyway, that's going to end this episode. Thank you very much for watching all. Thank you for your understanding and continued support of the channel. And stay tuned on Wednesday for the history of Nogrod and Belagost. Oh, controversial. Or indeed, of course, Nogrod and Belagost. Or is there claim that this is possibly Mount Dolmen? Anyway, I'm getting... That's unrelated. For now, that's it. Thank you very much. Until we speak again, Nevar Naden Perimad Melunin, and farewell.